What would you do if you found a wallet filled with thousands of dollars? The camera pans over a cracked sidewalk, early morning sun gleaming on puddles after a long night of rain. A small boy barefoot, his clothes patched and worn, kneels down and picks up a sleek, leather wallet embossed with golden initials, DW. He opens it, eyes widening at the thick stack of cash, black credit cards, and a photo of a family smiling in a luxury home. But instead of pocketing even a single dollar, he looks around, worried, whispering to himself. Whoever lost this, they must be missing it bad. The narrator's voice breaks in softly. He didn't know that this one act of honesty would not only change his life forever, but also heal a broken heart. Fade to black. Title appears: a poor boy finds a millionaire's wallet and brings him to tears with his heartfelt request in return. 12-year-old Rafiq lived in the poorest neighborhood on the outskirts of Karachi. His home, a small tin-roofed hut, barely kept the rain out. His mother worked at a laundry shop, and his father had passed away years ago. Most days, Rafiq sold water bottles or washed car windshields at a busy intersection just to afford food. That morning, after a long night of rain, he had gone out early to earn a few coins. That's when he spotted the wallet lying near a parked Mercedes. It was soaked but clearly valuable. Inside, the ID read, Mr. Daniel Wallace, CEO, Wallace Enterprises. Rafiq didn't know who Daniel was, but he could tell, from the luxury cards and clean edges, that this man lived in a world completely different from his own. For a moment, temptation tugged at him. That money could feed his mother for months, buy new shoes, maybe even pay his school fees. But then his father's voice echoed in his mind, a memory from years ago. Son, never take what isn't yours. A man's worth isn't in what he owns, but in what he gives. Rafiq sighed, closed the wallet, and decided to find the man who lost it. He didn't have a phone or an address, but he had faith. After hours of asking around and showing the ID photo to shopkeepers, he finally met a newspaper vendor who said, "That man, he's the big boss in the tall building downtown." Rafiq's journey began miles of walking barefoot under the scorching sun just to return something that wasn't his. By noon, Rafiq stood outside a glass skyscraper, Wallace Enterprises. Guards at the entrance laughed when they saw the dusty, barefoot boy clutching a soaked wallet. "Kid, you can't come in here. This isn't a charity." But Rafiq insisted, holding the wallet up. "Please, sir. I found this. It belongs to Mr. Wallace. It's very important." One of the guards hesitated and finally decided to inform the receptionist. Within minutes, word reached the top floor. When Daniel Wallace, a middle-aged billionaire known for his strictness and cold demeanor, heard that a street boy claimed to have found his. One of the guards hesitated and finally decided to inform the receptionist. Within minutes, word reached the top floor. When Daniel Wallace, a middle-aged billionaire known for his strictness and cold demeanor, heard that a street boy claimed to have found his wallet, he smirked in disbelief. "Let him in," he said, curiosity piqued. As the elevator doors opened, Rafiq stepped into a world of marble floors, crystal lights, and suits. He nervously approached the CEO's massive desk. "Sir," he whispered, holding out the wallet with both hands. "I think this belongs to you. I found it near your car this morning." Daniel opened it, shocked to see everything intact, every bill, every card, untouched. He looked at the boy, confusion in his eyes. "You didn't take anything? Not even a single note?" Rafiq shook his head. "No, sir. My mother says honesty is worth more than money." The room fell silent. Daniel's throat tightened. For years, he'd lived alone, surrounded by wealth but empty of warmth. His own son, spoiled and arrogant, barely spoke to him anymore. And here stood a boy with nothing, yet richer in values than anyone Daniel knew. "What's your name, son?" "Rafiq, sir." "Do you know what's in this wallet?" "Yes, sir. But I also know it's not mine." Tears welled up in Daniel's eyes. He stood up and placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. "You've done something that many adults wouldn't. Tell me, what do you want in return?" For the first time, Rafiq hesitated. His eyes darted to the floor, then to Daniel's kind but expectant gaze. "Sir, I don't want money," he said softly. Daniel blinked. Then what do you want? I just want to go to school. Properly. I want to study and help my mother one day. That's all. Daniel froze. He had expected the boy to ask for cash, gifts, maybe even a reward. But this pure and humble wish hit him like a wave. Rafiq continued, voice trembling. If I can study, maybe. I won't have to sell water all my life. Maybe I can make her proud. Tears rolled down Daniel's face, the first in years. He took off his glasses, sat down heavily, and whispered. You remind me of someone I used to be, before money blinded me. He turned to his assistant and said firmly. Find this boy a school. The best one. I'll take care of everything, his education, his home, his mother's job. From today, he's under my care. Rafiq's eyes widened, disbelief washing over him. But sir, I only wanted to study. You don't have to. I insist, Daniel interrupted, smiling through tears. You gave me back more than a wallet today, son. You gave me back my faith in goodness. 7 years later. The same skyscraper. The same marble floors. But this time, Rafiq, now a confident young man in a suit, walked in through the front doors, not as a street boy, but as a university graduate in business administration, returning from abroad. Daniel, older now and in a wheelchair, waited for him in the office. When Rafiq entered, the old man's eyes filled with pride. I knew you'd make it, Daniel whispered. Rafiq smiled, kneeling beside him. You changed my life, sir. But you also taught me something, that real wealth isn't about money. It's about giving. Daniel nodded, tears glistening in his eyes. And you, son, gave me something priceless, a reason to believe again. As the camera pans out, the two clasp hands, one wrinkled and weary, the other strong and full of hope. The narrator closes with, a poor boy found a wallet, but what he truly found was destiny. Because sometimes, the smallest act of honesty can open doors that even wealth cannot. Fade out. What would you do if you found a millionaire's wallet? Would you take the money, or return it and trust that goodness always finds its way back?